Hi everyone, this is Claudia again from Warrior Princess. Now we're doing our Warrior Princess shape workout. So for the Warrior Princess shape workout, we're starting off with the lower body exercises. So for that one, make sure you use a heavier resistance when you are using resistance bands. Round two, we're focusing on our upper body, and then make sure it's a bit lighter so it's a little bit easier. Let's make sure we warm up properly. If you can't remember the warm up, make sure you hit back to video number 1 and check out the signature workout where we do a little warm up. All right, let's get started. Now, if you do have a band, make sure you put the band just above the knees. And we're getting into our squat. So make sure it's nice and smooth around your knees up here and focusing on driving through our heels and pushing our knees out. When we get into our squat and back up. And we make sure that we keep our upper body upright and focusing on our core, keeping that tight while we go up and down. And let's get started. For this one, 40 seconds. Let's do it. And throughout this whole squatting, make sure you keep your upper body straight, core tight, and focus on your breathing. And remember, knees always out. And when you look down, make sure that your knees are not going over your toes as well. Can definitely feel it in my glutes. It's firing up nicely with these bands. For our next exercise, we're going down to the floor and get into a glute bridge. Keep your band around your knees, and our feet are going to be hip width apart and slightly closer to our body. And we're ensuring that we keep pushing our knees out and driving through those heels and pushing those hips up, squeezing the glutes like raisins, and back down. And fast up and slow down. And we're really focusing here on squeezing the glutes. Focusing more on form than speed. Almost there, girls. This is warming up the glutes nicely. Now, great. Whew, I could definitely feel that up there. Okay, and now onto the next one. We're getting into our kickbacks. So with that, removing the bands just above the ankle. And if you do not have bands, just do this without it and just use your body weight. Now again, we're going to the floor, but this time with our tummy facing downwards. And we go into a high plank and then we kick up. And really focus on staying stable and balanced and using our glutes and our hamstrings to pull that resistance up. And if you do not have any bands, you use gravity as a resistance. Trust me, it's not easy. Either way. 40 seconds here. Up and down. And everything else stays in control and we're not moving anything. Balance is important here. It's only the glutes that we're focusing on while keeping our core tight. We're almost there, girls. Few more steps. One more each side, and let's jump back up. We're moving the band up just above our knees. And for this one, we're moving sideways. So we're moving our hips back and we're staying a little bit higher so we're not getting into our squat, but just slightly higher to keep that resistance there. Keeping your upper body upright and just taking little steps to your side. And we're focusing here on the outer glute muscles. And make sure you move back as well. Keep breathing. And important is to keep the hips in one line. And that's all about balance and control. Not only is it a shape, but it also strengthens the important parts, so our glutes which will help take pressure off your lower back as well. You should feel it by now. I definitely can. "40 seconds here, girls. And make sure to stabilize your hips as well, to not move up and down, but to keep that in one line. Upper body straight. All right, so that's the first part of our shape workout where we're working out our legs, and let's move on to our upper body. Okay, now our first upper body workout with the bands. Make sure you grab a lighter band than the ones that you use for your legs. If you do not have a band, you can either use a dumbbell as well. If you don't have a dumbbell, you can buy them at Kmart or Target for around $5. If you don't have dumbbells, and if you're planning not to get one, use a water bottle and make sure you fill it up with water. No cheating. Okay, so what we do here is we put the band around your feet, your foot. And so for this one, we do 5 repetitions on each side. And we're starting with the rows. So we're squeezing our shoulder blades and contracting them and slowly getting back. And 2. So we're working out our biceps here and our shoulders. For the next round, I'll show you how it will look like with the water bottle. Okay, now swapping legs. And make sure you keep your upper body tight, your back straight and neutral, core tight to protect your back, and squeeze. And you see how I'm rotating my hands as well? That's just making sure that I'm hitting the right back muscles. We're doing this for 40 seconds. We're keeping our core tight. We're not moving anything else except our shoulder blade. Contraction is key here. It's not about speed. And swap. Keeping our core tight throughout the whole process. Back is straight. And having fun rowing. All right, good. Now moving on to our second upper body exercise. Grab the bands, or the water bottle, or some dumbbells. But with this one, we're putting it around our hands like this and around our wrist, and we're pulling our shoulder blades. So I'm just gonna turn around, I'm not being rude, but we're focusing on squeezing our shoulder blades down. So we're simulating a shoulder press or a shoulder pull down here. Contracting them slowly. We're here for 40 seconds. If you do not have a resistant band, you can use the water bottle or just a large item that's a little bit heavy and just go down. And really squeeze your shoulders, your back. And remember to keep your core tight because you are having some weight above your body and you want to protect your back. Okay, now with this one, we're moving our resistance bands, dumbbells, and water bottles just aside. And we're using just our body weight and getting to a high plank. And we're sitting here for 40 seconds. If you want to make it slightly challenging, just go down to your elbow. We're just working out our core and actually our full upper body because you keep everything tight. So make sure you keep everything tensed from top to bottom. Keep breathing throughout. And usually I try to think of other things so I don't really feel tired. That's what I'm trying. Maybe think about food. Or think about the weekend and the fun stuff. All right, we're here for a few more seconds. If it does get a bit challenging, just go slightly up. And remember to have fun with it and smile. For our last exercise, we're getting into our push-up, or banded push-up, or a normal push-up. Both are hard. Now, I'll show you the first one. So this one is already challenging. So we get into a plank position, or if you're not comfortable with that, you can always go into your knees and use press down. Keep pushing through. We're almost there. Keeping your core tight. And don't forget to breathe. If you don't have a band, without a band, it's still really challenging. We're here for another few seconds. Now, my upper body is definitely fired up now, and my legs are still burning. So that was a shape workout. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's make it your year.